Hello, and in this training video, we are going to go over busy times, office closed, and employee hours within the schedule. To access the schedule, you can select the scheduling module in the dark blue header. To add in any busy times, office closed, or employee hours, you're going to select your add button in the top right. We're going to start with our busy time. We're going to single click that, and here we have a new busy time selection started on the right. Busy times will change appointment slot statuses from active to unavailable. Here within our schedule, I have already added in a busy time for Dr. Lucas. We can see it's a busy time. It says busy time out for lunch appointment. It will remove the appointment slots to show as unavailable because that doctor is busy. Let's go ahead and create another one later this afternoon. Some good ways to use a busy time would be if you have a staff meeting and you need to remove appointment slots, if the doctor is out for an appointment, or if you have any vendors coming in and you don't want to have appointments during that time. We're going to go ahead and set a busy time for today, starting at 4:30 in the afternoon. With my new busy time opened, I have the date that the busy time is going to start, and I can type in the time. I'm going to type in 4:30 for PM and click my tab key to move to my end time field. Here I'm going to make it until 5:15. That should remove slot 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to type in 5:15P to put in my end time. You can select the location you want this busy time to go to and the employee. Because we're putting it here with Mara Floyd, I'm going to select Mara Floyd from the dropdown. Busy times, you can select a color. I always suggest making them a slightly darker or more bold color, so we're going to leave our set to black. And then you can put in any reason. If you want this busy time to recur, like if you have a doctor that has normal lunch appointments or normal appointments out of the office, you can select the recurrence tab and then any of the recurrences listed here. If that doctor has a monthly meeting with the AOA, you could put that in for a monthly busy time. If they have a weekly standing lunch or appointment, you can put that in for the day or time for the dates as necessary. I'm not going to set a recurrence for this one. I'm going to leave it to 1 day, and I'm going to select my Create button. Now, if we look at the schedule, we will see that that removed those 1, 2 slots. I didn't get the time right, so we still have our third slot. That's human error. But it removed those other slots, so that way when the schedule staff is booking, those are no longer available to be booked. Let's go ahead and add in an office closed. For office closed, this again can be used to notate if you guys are closed for the day or if there's a holiday. And if you have an office meeting and you want the entire office to be closed, you can also use this feature. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to a different day on my schedule. I'm going to say it may be Monday the 15th. Here we go, maybe April 5th. Maybe April 5th, we're closed for, an Easter holiday. I can now select my plus button and select office closed. Just like our busy time, you want to have the date selected, and then you're going to put the time. I want you to go ahead and be able to view the day so you can see what this will look like. So we do already have a few appointment slots within this day, and we're going to set this office closed for the entire day. I'm going to go ahead and say that we are going to close starting at 9 a.m. all the way to 6 p.m. You're going to select your location and then your color. For your office closed, I do suggest having a dark color like we did last time, either black or red. Usually those indicate stop and not to book. So I'm going to leave mine set to black, and we're going to put closed for the day. Just like our busy times, you have a recurrence tab. If we want this to recur yearly because it is a office closed for the year, you can do that. I suggest you doing these for the holidays. If you have an office closed for a monthly meeting, you can also put those or a weekly meeting. I'm going to click Create. And now what you see is it has removed all of that other information and we just have office closed. If you notice, my name is still located on the schedule with my employee hours. That is because those employee hours are still listed. I'm going to go ahead and show my agenda view. Here I can see that office closed. If I need to remove it for any instance, I can single click it within the agenda view and delete it. And here are my employee office hours. When I delete these for the day, I'm just going to delete this single occurrence for the day. You will see the entire schedule looks closed out. I'm going to navigate back to today so we can look at our employee hours. Looking at our schedule here horizontally, you can see my name listed here and my employee hours. If I need to actually access the employee hours, I will need to find them within my agenda view located here, and they will open up on the far right. I can tell from my schedule that I have employee hours set and Dr. Mary Catherine does not. Let's go ahead and add in some employee hours for her. We're going to select our plus button in the top right and employee hours. Now you do not need to set employee hours unless you would like to see those within the schedule. If you are a multi-location practice and you have doctors or employees that move between locations, employee hours is important for you. What employee hours will do is if you have a doctor that is at location A, let's say Monday and Tuesday, and is at location B, Wednesday and Thursday, setting the employee hours will automatically log that doctor in the top right to their correct location. This is extremely helpful for those doctors, and it's extremely helpful for the staff to know where the doctors are. Within our new employee hours, just like our other two, we have our date selection of when you want these to start, and you have your date, and you have your time selections. Maybe Dr. Grace only works in the mornings and is out in the afternoons. So I'm going to select 9A all the way to my lunchtime, which for my office is 1 p.m. You're going to make sure the correct location is selected and then that employee's name and then a color. For this one, the color doesn't show here within the schedule, it'll show within the agenda view. You can see mine is set to a light pink to kind of match mine, so I'm going to set Dr. Grace's to a blue. Again, you have a recurrence tab. She works in this office on Thursdays and Friday mornings. I can select those two options and select an end by date. When I select create, you will now see that she has employee hours as well. On the far left, we can see her employee hours in the agenda view. Here they are. They're that darker blue, so I can easily tell that they're located here and they match with her. Let's see how this looks in the vertical schedule. Within the vertical schedule, it moves your employee hours to below the employee or doctor's name. To access those employee hours, you will need to select them in your agenda view on the left, and it will open in the details on the right. Here, if I scroll down to the end of the day, here is that busy time I created for that Alcon rep. I can single click this within the schedule itself to open on the right, or I can scroll down and select it in the agenda view on the right to open it. I'm going to move forward so we can see that office closed. Here in the vertical schedule, it is just a large black box, so that's a really good indicator that the office is closed. To access this office closed, you can select it within the schedule, or you can select it on the far left in the agenda view to make any changes. This concludes our video on busy times, office closed, and employee hours.